This is Pastor Tami with HungryHeartsForGod.com. Welcome to Can You Hear Me Now? 7 Ways to Recognize the Voice of God. In this session, we'll be reviewing distinguishing factor number 2, motive. When I was 12 years old, a prophet put his finger in my face and said, "Young lady, you are a disgrace to your father and to his ministry." He proceeded then to put a curse on me for what he thought was an act of blatant disrespect. Because I hadn't done anything disgraceful, I decided I must be a disgrace. It was who I was. A self-hatred began to grow inside of me. Believing the lie that I was a disgrace to the daddy I adored and the heavenly Father I loved, I was driven to do more, know more, be more, striving for perfection, and in deep emotional distress because I could never seem to do enough or be good enough to make the bad go away. I could hide it, but I couldn't make it disappear. I despised me so much that I rejected, abandoned, betrayed, and abused myself on a continual basis. No wonder I was in so much pain, right? I put walls around me and kept people at a distance so that no one would know or find out who I really was. The motive behind the counsel of the enemy is destruction. 1 Peter 5:8 tells us that like a roaring lion, the enemy goes about seeking whom he may devour or destroy. The enemy speaks to destroy our relationships with God, our relationships with others, and our relationship with ourselves, or our God-given identity. The enemy desires to destroy our God-given identity so that we are rendered powerless and ineffective on earth. He knows that when we see ourselves as God sees us, we will become all that God intended us to be, finding our purpose and our passion, fulfilling our dreams, affecting change in the world, and leaving our unique thumbprint on this planet. Question: if a thought destroys your God-given identity or your relationships with God or man, what can you know? What is the truth? Truth is, if a thought destroys my God-given identity or my relationships with God or man, I can know that I am listening to the counsel of the enemy. The motive of the flesh is to make us more. Because the flesh hates feeling less than or not enough, it desires to make us a better person, a better parent, a better son, daughter, a better spouse, a better employee, a better Christian, a better pastor, and so on. The carnal mind counsels us to know more, have more, do more, so that we can become more. Gotta go, gotta get, gotta have, gotta know, gotta do. Question: if a not enough thought is driving you to know more, have more, or do more, what can you know? What is the truth? Truth is, if a not enough thought is driving me to know more, have more, or do more, I can know that I am listening to the counsel of the flesh. God's motive for speaking is wholeness and completeness, to restore each of us back to his original version of man, the way man was before buying into the counsel of the enemy and the counsel of the flesh. So, What relationship has the enemy been trying to destroy with his destructive counsel? What has he been saying to you? What has the not enough counsel of the flesh been driving you to know, have, and do in order to become more and enough? Become aware of the destructive counsel of the enemy and the driving counsel of the flesh trying to make you more. Recognition and awareness empower us to choose not to buy into the counsel we just heard and instead listen for truth. Take a few moments to get God's perspective on the matter, remembering that the motive behind His counsel is wholeness and completeness. In closing, I'd like to invite you to take advantage of 2 opportunities I've created to support you on your journey to know God by learning to hear and recognize His voice. The first is my private H4G Facebook community. It's a gathering place for hungry hearts to learn to recognize God's voice, share their aha moments, and celebrate their victories. The second is a weekly Ask Pastor Tami call. If you're interested in either of these, email Pastor Tami, Tami, at Hungry Hearts for God, Hungry Hearts, the numeral 4, God.com, and I'll send you the necessary information. And when you're ready, meet me over at Can You Hear Me Now? Distinguishing factor number 3, the goal. This is Pastor Tami, inspiring hungry hearts to pursue His presence and His purpose by learning to distinguish God's voice from the counsel of the flesh and the counsel of the enemy. God bless.